Hi friends, welcome to my channel on a very dark and dismal day. It really is. I'm opening today the Baddeley Tarot, A Journey of Wisdom, Myth and Transformation. Now I have got a few of Jake's decks and I really do like his artwork. The Healing Oracle, I think it's a Mystical Healing Oracle with Inner Seagull is one of them I've got, which I really like that oracle a lot. So I'm hoping I'll like this one as well. Now the reason I've bought this is because it seems that it's heavily chock full of information in the guidebook. It's the guidebook that is really drawing me to this deck here. I'm sorry if there's any shadows. I'm trying my best, but yeah, there's going to be shadows, so I apologise for that. But yeah, this is the Baddeley Tarot, and it's a Blue Angel publishing deck, and I like Blue Angel decks. See, look, it looks very historical, doesn't it? And this is what I'm into at the moment, is sort of historical information on tarot, really delving into it. So, shiny. A Journey of Wisdom, Myth and Transformation, it says. The Baddeley Tarot invites you to explore an ancient system that has guided seekers for centuries. Hey, history, love it. Drawing upon the forbidden esoteric wisdom of the past, hidden within the cards of the legends and myths of ancient times, now revealed to their full meaning and pattern, offering insight into the journey of the soul through life and beyond. Now, I love Thoth decks, and I'm really getting into historical decks. And from my research, my own research, the Golden Dawn, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, kept a lot secret. So even in their books that were written and the cards that were produced as part of their training were deliberately vague because they swore secrecy to the orders. So that's why it's been really difficult to find information on history, you know, true history. John Dee and all that, you know, where it all came from, Solomon's Temple, all of that, which is like fascinating me now. I want to know more. And so I'm hoping this deck will help with that. Anyway, it says deeply researched, so brilliant. Richly layered, this deck connects the symbolism of early tarots with the philosophies and spirit of the Renaissance era. Each card offers a portal into the mythological past, unveiling a timeless path of transformation. The illustrations by Jake Baddeley, inspired by the techniques of Renaissance masters, weave multiple layers of meaning, creating a tarot deck that speaks to both the intellect and the spirit. Filled with centuries-old symbolism and evocative imagery, the Baddeley Tarot guides you towards self-illumination, spiritual elevation, and the fire of divination. So we've got a 78 cards and 368 page full colour guidebook. Oh, that's going to be meaty. And even just looking at this image on the front of the box, I can see this is going to be something I'm going to really enjoy. So as with all Blue Angel decks, we get a protective piece of paper. This is the guidebook. Oh, yay. That is a chunky monkey. I have the Great Goddess Oracle, and Blessed by the Goddess, another Lucy Cavendish, but yeah, there's an Inner Seagull Oracle deck, a healing Oracle deck. Yes, this is going to be great. Oh, so, see, I don't like it when they house them in these cardboard cutouts, but look at that at the bottom. We have a Tree of Life. Renaissance feeling to it. Oh, so good, so good, so good. So we've got paper band. Take that off. Zoom in a bit. These cards. These are the backs. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And it says Fool actually on the illustration there, as well as Fool at the bottom and 0 at the top. And it is like a Renaissance type artwork Fool, isn't it? Nice. The Juggler, so not the Magician. High Priestess. very intricate artwork. Holding the keys. Lots of symbols here as well. We've got a signature there. I wonder how big these were as original artwork. Love to see them. It's Empress. These are stunning. Emperor. Because there's lots of line work here. It gets a bit compressed really in this sort of size. Nice. Hierophant. Yes, they've all got sort of these banners there with the names on. Into his book, the number 5 there as well as here, and it's on the top and the bottom as well as in the cards. The lovers, yeah, so they're all got banners. There's 6 there. Wow, isn't that beautiful? Ooh, chariot. Very fine horses. They look like ornamental horses, you know, if they're in like a parade. Which I suppose that harks back to the Triumphi parades. It's Temperance. And that's at 8, not 14. So the numbering system's different. So far, it's the same as we used to, but here, Temperance is number 8 instead of Strength or Justice. So there must be a reason for that. So we've got Justice here at number 9. Fortitude, Strength at number 10 instead of the Wheel of Fortune. The way she's holding that lion, straddling him. Well, and then the Wheel of Fortune has 11 instead of 10. No fixed signs around the outside, but lots of figures actually on the wheel. Oh look, and we've got the skull and crossbones at the bottom here. This must be Fortuna. Hermit at 12 instead of the Hangman. And the Hangman is at 13 instead of the card that shan't be named. And it's very Judas, isn't it? It's got his money coins in his money bags here. The traitor. He even looks to have a padlock on him there. And here at 14 instead of Temperance is the Death card. And it isn't named. We've got all these symbols here, but the card isn't named. So that's very traditional, isn't it? The Devil at 15. I like that devil. I really like that devil. We can see it's a fallen angel with the wings. These masks, the masks we wear, we're taking off these masks. This is brilliant. There's so much symbology in these cards. Tower, 16. This. And then the Star at 17. The images are quite familiar, but the numbering, as I say, is different. Got the Moon. Yeah, there's the crustacean at the bottom as well. So we've got like a crescent moon there, full moon there, all the stars. And we've got the horns there as a headpiece. The sun, the solar twins, Judgment, and the world. So we have got the lion and the lamb at the bottom. Okay, so they are quite familiar images, aren't they, for, you know, that we would know from a tarot deck. So we begin the suits here with the Ace of Swords. I think what I'm going to do is do the numbers side by side. Because I just had a quick look and I think they correlate. So let's do that. Okay, so the 4 aces. This is the order that they are in the deck. It's not actually the order I would go in, but we'll do it this way because this is the way it's come out. So we have Swords, batons, cups and coins. And they all look very similar, don't they? So we've got the suit element at the top, and what I'm noticing straight away are they've been changed. So yeah, that's water definitely, that's earth, that's fire. And we can even see flames coming out of the sword, and that is air. So these two suit elements have been changed from a Rider-Waite-Smith or a Thoth version. So that's different. But they've all got these hands coming out from the cloud, and they're all coming the same way as well. Whereas in the other decks that we're used to, they come in different directions, don't they? It's weird to see them coming that way. Okay, so the twos. Yeah. So they've all got this sort of same element here. Push it over a little bit so you can see, but they've all got these circles within circles, so that must mean something. And they've all got like a different flower arrangement or leaf arrangement at the bottom. These two have both got stars, night sky, with stars in. So all the threes, they're all the same figure, they're all Saturn. So Saturn in his various guises. So 3 of swords would be 3 of fire, remember? And this would be the 3 of air. They all have the Saturn glyph, they all have their own elemental symbol, and then are these the same? Yeah, I think these are the same across the board as well. And we've also got a chakra. Oh, look at that. We've got a chakra on each one as well, same chakra. So, yeah, we'll have included the chakra meanings hopefully in there as well. Look at the book in a minute, we'll find out. All the 4s are Jupiter. Yeah, these are all the same across the 4s. The 5s, of course, are Mars. Why wouldn't they be? The god of war. So what would the 6 be? Harmony. Some sort of harmony. Sol, so the sun. I love this cardstock, by the by. Really nice. A little bit different there. It's not actually a figure. So this is Venus. Presumably Mars and Venus are both troublesome then, because they're both on odd numbers. Clothed on these two. And with the child on these two. Again, we have chakras, the Venus symbol. We have scales as well, so justice. We've got Mercury for the 7s. This is going to be a study deck. I think that goes without saying actually, doesn't it? But yeah, it's definitely a study deck. Luna, the moon, for the 9s. We've got clubs there, look. I think originally, in playing cards, clubs are batons. I don't quite know what system this is at the moment until I actually study the guidebook. We have Terra for the 10s, which is the world or the earth. That makes sense on the Tree of Life because that would be Malkuth. So we can tell the number by the number of dots on the bottom of the cards there. And the pages. Let's see the castles or buildings in the background there. And the emblems on their shields. And the knights, all armoured. Aren't they magnificent? That's a knight in shining armour. So cool. Let's have a look at the queens. So used to seeing the Queen of Swords as being quite severe, and yet here it's the Queen of Cups that's got that side profile. That's how we normally see the Queen of Swords, isn't it? And she's got a bird, which we see on the Queen of Coins normally. These are very different. Very interesting. And the kings, okay. So we have different age ranges here in these kings. This one looks quite young. These look a lot older. That one looks old, doesn't he? Both of those, actually. Yeah. Okay, so those are the cards. And they are stunningly beautiful. So let's have a little look at the guidebook. What this is all about. Okay. That's heavy. That guidebook is really heavy. Tarot is a game of cards. A book with no words, a book of allegories, a book that can be read in any order and that can contain all the stories in the world. It is the journey of the soul. And we've got all these elements being held up here. All the aces. There's a lovely detail there as well, which I'm not sure it's going to pick up on camera. Oh, that's from the inside of the bottom of the box. And here we have the contents. So we've got an introduction, the journey begins. First steps, the deep roots of the tarot, short history, the mysteries, the codes, and conclusion, the secrets of the ages, and some spreads. And then in part 2, the journey of the soul. So we go through the major arcana. Part 3, the lesser mysteries. So we have swords, batons, cups and coins, a dedication to the goddess. Beautiful. That colour, isn't that nice? Okay, so we're going to get a lot of information, I think, at the front of the book here. Oh, look at this. Wow. Oh, here we go. Yeah, swords are fire and batons are air. So if we place the 4 classical elements next to the suits in the order shown, interesting correspondences arise, adding layers of meaning to the card symbolism, and then their relationship to the professions. So leaders and warriors would have swords because they were very expensive. Okay. The pips. So yeah, we've got some keywords here for the pips, and also the planets. Okay, numbers. Yeah, forms. The void is the circle, and then another form waits to be born for the 2. Okay. Okay, and this is how geometry works. So this is how it goes from emptiness to the earth. This is geometry of planetary spheres. And then we have a little write-up on each of the planets. Okay, so it's using all this to form your interpretation of the cards. Fates in the sky. Wow. Chakras. So there are chakras on the cards, and here they tell us what they are. And we've got a table as well to tell us what they are. So the 3s are the root chakra, the 4s are the sacral, the 5s are the solar plexus, the 6s are the heart, the 7s are the throat, and the 8s are the third eye, and the 9s are the crown. So there's a whole system here that's being put together. Yeah. So about the kings, the knights, the queens, and the pages. And we have the kings as fire and the knights as air. Okay, Aristotle's polarities there. Oh gosh, this goes into so much detail. This is amazing. Social hierarchy. So 0 to 5 is the first phase, and then we have the virtues. So 6 to 10. The adversities are from 12 to 16, and then the afterlife. Oh, okay, to the world. A sator square on a wall in the medieval fortress town of Bellavia in France. We have the codes of the tarot, celestial harmony, the ladder of souls, Plato, the 7 vices and the 7 virtues. Venus. Venus as the goddess of love is paired with faith and infidelity. A symbolism so obvious that it needs no explanation. Okay, so yeah, we've got the virtues and the vices, virtues of each. And the same here with the trump cards. Gosh, 9 muses with Apollo, liberal arts, cardinals. I can't believe how much is here. Paul's Journey, Dante's Divine Comedy. We've got a tarot card here, the Dodal, Jean Dodal, 18th century. And there's the Tower of Babel. This is incredible. Oh my days. It's still going. Oh, Ishtar. So where the iconography for the devil came from. There. This is amazing. Eleusinian Mysteries. The Rites of the Greater Mysteries. The Order of the Festival. Okay. I'm on page 97, 98, 99. Got to page 100 and we've just got to some cards press. All of this background information. Such meaty reference material. Okay, we've got a 1 card spread, a 3 card, a 10 card. And then here we are into the cards themselves. So it's not until we get to page 105 that we've actually got the cards. The Fool is the soul whose journey begins with innocence, freedom and trust. Forever in a natural state, untainted by the ways of the world. Experience life thereby, learning and growing. So the mystery, the message, and then a reversed. Okay, so that's what we get for majors. What do we get for minors? Another little text here. 5 of Swords. Take action to achieve your goals. Embrace your warrior spirit with determination, but exercise caution to avoid recklessness and burnout. So it's a shortened meaning. The mystery, the message, and reversed. So yeah, lot of information here. And then some beautiful images at the back. References. Brilliant. So classical sources, modern sources, images, and where the images came from. And about Jake. He's been painting and drawing for as long as he can remember. Studied art in London, travelled around Europe and settled in Holland. Yeah, and we looked at that, didn't we? And some note paper at the back if you want to use it as some note taking there. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'll just share with you the Chariot, okay? It says, embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and remain steadfast in your commitment to success. Unite all aspects of your being under reason's guidance to overcome obstacles and reach your destination. So, yeah, very similar to what we'd be used to. And then the mystery. The Chariot of Triumph symbolises a moment of glory and celebration. It follows the traditional iconography of historic decks, representing the chariots used in triumphal parades of ancient Greece and Rome. Yeah, I thought they were, with these headpieces. In this image, Nike, the goddess of victory, drives the chariot. That's why they named footwear after Nike, isn't it? Sportswear. Anyway, in the Eleusinian Mysteries, the Mysti follow chariots bearing votive statues in a procession from Athens to Eleusis, symbolising the promise of triumph to come. The imagery represents Plato's 3 aspects of the soul. The charioteer is reason, and the 2 horses signify emotions and appetite, the desire for physical pleasures. Victory comes when these horses are tamed and driven by the higher mind. Thus, the card represents the focused will, self-discipline and importance of the higher goal. And then we have a message. It suggests you need strength, courage and determination to overcome obstacles. Okay. And yeah, it's really good. It's really good. That's all I can say. Oh gosh, I can't wait to actually read all of this and take it in and study it and yeah, get familiar with this deck. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and until my next video. Bye friends, bye.